am Shane Cashman, and welcome to Tales from the Inverted World, Volume 2, Ghosts of the Civil War. Now a Timcast exclusive. The following story you are about to hear is true. The Witches in the Fitzpatrick Hotel, Part 1. On the night of August 25th, 1837, Mrs. Lewis Brown woke up in a panic. She shook her husband awake. "There was a fire," she said. "Washington has burned." Captain Brown sat up in bed beside her as she recounted the dream. She could remember exactly where she saw the fire start, how it jumped from building to building, and where the fire eventually stopped. The Browns lived in Washington, but on this night they had been out of town. Mrs. Brown was sick, so she and her husband were visiting Dr. Durham, a trusted physician whose practice was 40 miles north of Washington. That next evening, Captain Brown was outside when he met a man who happened to be traveling up from Washington. "What news do you bring?" the captain asked. "Washington has burned up last night," the man said. Captain Brown decided to ride south to Washington. The coincidence of his wife's dream and the traveler's news had shaken him. When he arrived, he saw that his wife's dream was not only true, but that she had envisioned the exact path of the fire. Eliza Bowen, a journalist who lived and died in Washington in the late 19th century, wrote this: 25 buildings laid waste. The lurid flames mounted hundreds of feet and threatened the whole business portion of the town. Total loss, $70,000. A heroic fight stayed the destruction. The entire block west of the public square is a scene of ruin and desolation. Every building in one of the principal business blocks of the town is now a heap of smoking ruins. Only a few of the walls stood through the fire, and they were considered dangerous and have been thrown down. A little after 9 o'clock that night, the alarm of fire was given, and when the flames were first discovered, they were found to be in one of the frame buildings owned by the Fitzpatrick estate. When discovered, the flames had gained considerable headway and were beyond control, as there was nothing more at hand than the ordinary means of fighting fire. The rapidity with which the flames ate their fiery course through these frame buildings was amazing. The entire population of the town had gathered to fight the fire and save the goods from the threatened buildings. At one time, the courthouse was in great danger, but a number of men went up on it and saved it from the flames. The fire leaped over to the beautiful little Episcopal church, and it was soon a mass of flames. In the rear part of the church was a beautiful memorial stained glass window, one of the handsomest that ever adorned a building. This window of itself costs $1,000.
Sign up at timcast.com to watch the full episodes of Tales from the Inverted World, Ghosts of the Civil War.